Paramount isn't monkeying around with his newest natural horror film, Primate, and I have to say that this was a freaking good watch. The movie follows Lucy, played by Johnny Sequoia, who hosts a group of her friends for a vacation. Family has an interesting companion, a chimp named Ben. Ben begins to lose his mind and he starts attacking the friends, and this film ends up being a battle of evolution in a very interestingly shocking way. And I say interestingly shocking because holy smokes, I was not anticipating them to be exploring body horror the way that they did. Sure, it wasn't extreme, but it was wild enough for the whole audience to feel that shock value. And I miss those moments. I miss when movies could allow the audience to feel shocked and grossed out. The opening scene is very classic to any slasher type horror film where they show the first victim, but Primate did it in a way that I was really impressed with because of how different it was in terms of how it connected to the whole film. I also liked how they played with the idea of disabilities and the major disadvantages that come with them in a time of peril. There's a character in the movie that's deaf and they go around banging on the walls trying to get people's attention, and little do they know they're actually getting the attention of Ben, and it really heightens the tense moments. Another positive that I have for this film is that the characters for the most part are very smart. No one is looking around to see what that noise was or being like, oh, he's gone, let's follow him to see where he is. Everyone is very much in survival mode in their own way, and that brings me to my next positive, Darwin's theory of survival of the fittest. I really rocked with the fact that each character had their own survival tactic, but then those survival tactics are either going to help you survive or be the cause of your demise. The practical effects were great. Having a full body experience was something I wasn't expecting, but this film was not perfect. What really hindered it for me was the writing. There were moments and lines in this movie where I was like, why would you write this? What made you think that this was going to make this film even better or make this scene any better? For example, and this is not necessarily a spoiler, but if you don't want to know about it, you can kind of just skip on. But Lucy's mom passes away from cancer, and character 1 asks, hey, what happened to her mom? And then character 2 then responds, well, her mom died from cancer. And then character 1 then proceeds again and was like, oh my God, I didn't know, I'm so sorry. Obviously you didn't know, because had you known, you wouldn't have asked what happened to her mom. So like, why did you think that was the right line to put in that situation? Don't make no sense to me. But anyways, that's just one example of the lack of attention to detail in the writing. But overall, Primate was a really fun watch. Though I don't think it'll be in the conversation for best horror or even top 3 horror films of the year, I can still see this being a movie that's talked about just given the way that it was executed. It's one of those films that brought me back into high school where I would watch horror movies with my friends and we would appreciate the shock value together. I'm quite impressed with what I saw with Primate, but I'm curious, have you seen it? And if you have, what did you think about it? Let's get the conversations rolling, and yeah, that's about it.